Let's make a delicious smoked porterhouse steak with some jalapeno popper cheesy mashed potatoes. This was absolutely fantastic. Porterhouse steak is around 2.5 pounds. I'm going to use some salt first, then I'm going to be seasoning it up with Thundering Longhorn beef rub by Fire Smoke Society. Really good on all sides, just like so. Make sure you get the edges and everything in between. I'm going to be using my meter to track my temps, just like that. Setting up my grill for indirect cooking. Charcoal on one side and on the opposite side nothing. Now we're going to also be smoking up some cream cheese. This is going to be for the mashed potatoes. I was going to be scoring it up, seasoning it up with Sweet Preacher by Fire and Smoke Society as well. You can season it real heavily. This is a very sweet rub, just like that. Now running the smoker at 275 degrees. Porterhouse steak and the cream cheese at the same time. Now I'm gonna add some red oak for smoke flavor, just like so. Close it up and just let it smoke. Now for the potatoes, we're gonna be using some golden potatoes. Cube them up. And we're gonna be boiling these around 7-8 minutes until they're nice and soft. Adding them to boiling water. Just be careful with this. You don't want to get burned. You can add them beforehand if you like. And we're going to be adding a handful of garlic. I want to say maybe about 8 or so pieces. And some salt, around a teaspoon of salt. Just let that go. This is how they're looking like after about 30 minutes. We're going to sear the steak when it reaches an internal temperature of 110 degrees, around 90 seconds per side. I will be placing it back opposite of the heat until it reaches an internal temperature of 120. Then we're gonna pull it off. We're gonna let it rest. Now let's start working on that bacon. We're gonna crisp it up. Around 6 slices of thin sliced bacon, 1 jalapeno with seeds and everything. Throw it in there. Once everything is nice and crispy, jalapeno is nice and tender, we're gonna shut up the heat. Now the porterhouse, let it rest. And now the potatoes, let's start mashing those up. Tablespoon of butter, the whole block of that cream cheese, your bacon and jalapeno, and around a half a cup of cheddar cheese. Just mash everything together, just like that. This was one of the best mashed potatoes I've ever had or made. So set that aside. Now let's cut into that porterhouse after around 10 minutes of resting. Now the filet and the New York, let's slice them up. Just like that. And at the end, we're going to top it up with some chimichurri sauce. So these came out absolutely fantastic. We're going to give it a go.